This video we're about to be reacting to is from RKH Media, the end of TikTok's worst pick me girl, India Love. I think this might be some more hating shit, but let me see because it's been on my shit, and so we're gonna see what he's talking about.
I never respect niggas in the streets. That's why I always got the problems I got. Niggas would tell me, Maze, chill. No, chill for what? Who is this nigga?
This is India Love Westbrooks, who was once the most powerful influencer. Just a decade ago, this woman was so famous that millions of people were stealing her photos to create fake profiles. She was famous for being one of the original Tumblr girls who pioneered the provocative aesthetic photo style that became the blueprint for modern Instagram models and influencers. Most importantly, India Love had everything. She had the looks, the connections, the opportunities, and the timing to become bigger than Kim Kardashian herself. Nevertheless, she managed to fumble one of the biggest bags in social media history. Despite having collaborations with Lil Yachty and Skilla Baby, her music career flopped because she prioritized controversy and inappropriate public behavior, turning every career opportunity into a reputation-damaging scandal. And the most disturbing part, she consistently chose short-term controversy over building a sustainable brand, squandering her status as the original Instagram influencer blueprint. So what happened to the girl who had everything? A girl who was positioned to become the next Kim Kardashian. Sure, she had the looks that launched...
Next Kim Kardashian. See, that's certain. I ain't gonna cap. I hate when people do that shit. When they talking about, oh yeah, you gonna be the next, and somebody who's already, famous or da. No, nigga. I'm me. Ain't no next has to. No, I'm me. Can I just be me? Don't put me with them people. I'm not disrespecting them from what they did because they did their thing. I'm no next. I'm me. I'm in my own lane. Don't compare me. Don't say I'm going to be the next, because you're not going to make me feel like I have huge shoes to fill. But you going to put the expectation on other people that I have huge shoes to fill. And then if I don't exceed or meet those invisible qualifications, then what? You're going to say I fell off. You're going to say I fell off, or I didn't meet the hype, or I'm going to disappoint you when I never even had that. I never even had that in my mind. You put that on me. I hate when people say that. But so kind of got off on something. But that's wild when he said she was on track to be the next Kim Kardashian. Like, I know I said I don't like when people say you're going to, on track to be the next da. But there's certain people that I wouldn't want to be associated with when it comes to, you're going to be the next da. Not Kim Kardashian, because of sex tape. Who else? Oh yeah, Bill Cosby. Who else? Not Diddy. Just anybody who did just bad shit that just stained their name. See, that's why I'm like, I'm not on track to be the next nobody. I'm myself, and I'm growing as myself. Don't put me in a lane with anybody else because I'm doing my own thing. I'm in my own lane. Don't do that.
1,000 fake profiles. The family connections to A-list celebrities, exclusive access to industry parties, and she literally created the Instagram model blueprint that millions still copy today. Moreover, she was getting legitimate modeling contracts, appearing in major music videos, and dating high-profile athletes and rappers when most influencers were still figuring out how to get verified. But now, while her blueprint made others billionaires, India's left making desperate comeback attempts on Twitch streams, begging for relevance.
See,
now, understand India.
Look, this is how I know this is another fucking hating video, bro. What's up with y'all niggas in there? Y'all hating on people, man. Like, at the end of the day, y'all gonna have to stop hating. Like, hating does not get you far in life. Now, did I used to hate? I used to hate a lot. But I would fake that. See, this is what I did. I was so full of love at my first, like, in like the beginning. Well, I'm still at the beginning of my life, but like when I was a kid, I was so full of love, and I realized that the world doesn't thrive on love; it thrives on hate. And so I went all the way to the opposite spectrum. I was just, I hate everybody. I don't give a fuck. I hate everybody. But that's not true. I really love everybody. I'm masking that. And that's my ego that's my ego protecting me. That's me in survival mode. So I went on that fake hate, but saying I hate everybody, timing for a couple years, kind of staying to myself. And that really did nothing for me. I mean, it was all right, but it really did nothing for me. But I was at both ends of the spectrum, and me like hating it didn't do anything. But I lied. I wasn't my best self. I was not my best self. Now I'm just me, and I enjoy being me, and I love myself. I love everybody, but I really just love myself more. Days are so much better. I don't even worry about anybody else. I'm not worried about what anybody else is doing, what anybody else is saying. I'm just vibing, having a great time. So hating will only get you so far. It's that love that conquers all. And that's some real shit. Like I think people see like the hate as a way to, clip farm or get more followers and shit like that. That's a short term. That's a short term thing that people could do. Because that's the way I thought when I first got into social media. Like, oh yeah, let me just be a hater. And I'll build my audience off of that, and then da da da. But it's like that's building a toxic audience. That's why I'm glad that I really didn't grow like that from that. I'd rather take the love route and just chill and just vibe, and the people who are on the same type of timing with it when it comes to the love and appreciation, just being at their peace and just doing their own thing and their own vibes. That's the people who gonna find me. That's the people who are gonna, be in support of the shit that I'm doing. That's the people who gonna learn and gonna wanna find that self-love and inner peace for themselves.
Love's downfall. We need to go back to 2011 when Tumblr was the epicenter of internet culture. This was before Instagram models existed, before influencers were even a thing.
What's up? Been a minute since we kicked it, you been caught up.
India Love appeared on Tumblr seemingly out of nowhere, posting photos of herself in expensive designer clothes, perfect makeup, and a gym-toned body that looked impossible for a regular teenager.
20,000 for the feature. I'm just counting my blessings. While I'm smoking that pressure. Fuck nigga, free zone. You ain't allowed to. We ain't a regular deck.
And this is another thing I gotta say too. Like when you see gym videos like that, or when you see like people online like doing just workouts, just different type of workouts and shit like that, and you're trying to get into the gym and you see shit like that, like damn, I want to do that, I want to be able to. Don't. Or when you have that mindset, damn, I don't think I'll be able to do that, or don't let those videos of other people working out affect how you go and work out, be in the gym. Because that would be a lot of people's downfall. That will keep people away from the gym. Comparing yourself to what other people is doing. Listen, thank you. You got to go at your own pace. Do what you do. If you really want to do that, you try it on your own. And don't feel like you got to do the biggest weights. Literally, you got to focus on form. And make sure that you're hitting the muscles you're supposed to be hitting. Don't let what other people are doing on social media or are doing in the gym when you're there. Don't let that affect how you're doing your workouts. Because to be honest, no one gives a fuck about what you're doing. That's a miscomp. That's sorry, I had a brain fart. Wait, what the ADHD, the fucking, what did King Kong Consciousness say? He said ancestral something, but that's a misconception. That's a misconception. People think that, all right, I'm gonna go to the gym, everybody's staring at me, so I don't want to go to the gym. Nigga, nobody gives a fuck about what you're doing. Just like in life, no one gives a fuck about what you're doing. As long as you're not impeding on other people and being rude and inserting yourself in shit, nobody gives a fuck about what you're doing. Just go in, work out. If anything, people are gonna be more respectful. They're very respectful. People are gonna be more respectful and more likely to help you out if they see that you're struggling in the gym versus them being rude and shit like that to you or looking at you getting yourself together at the gym. Like people are not on that type of timing. Don't let the social media shit fool you. Like there's a whole bunch of videos and shit like that of, you know, like I'm a wanderer towards like I'm as in when I say wanderer, like when I'm at the gym, my eyes wander. That's how most men are. That's how all men are. But there's videos of females when they record themselves, they see a man who's wandering, maybe just stare and just look away. He could have blanked out because there's times where I just be staring, but I'm not there. I'm just blanking out. I'm daydreaming. But then the female, she'll make a video of, oh yeah, he made me uncomfortable. He's just staring at me. Da 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 da. That's why women can't be in the gym and da 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 da. When that's not the case whatsoever, and that's gonna stop other men from, you know, helping females out at the gym. That's making it worse for the male and female dynamic. But in a gym, it should be a collective dynamic of, hey, we all here to fucking get our shit together, work out, have a great time, be at peace, or get through the breakup or whatever type of turmoil we're in. We're getting through it, fighting through it, getting stronger or whatever. Taking that away with all that bullshit they're adding. So don't let what other people on social media define how you do your thing. Just like when I said, when it comes to the gym and shit like that, you don't like when you set that shit up, you ain't gotta go ahead and feel like you gotta do all that shit, bro. Literally, go to the gym, walk, and then walk out. That's it. Never have an expectation for yourself. Because if you have an expectation of yourself of what I'm going to do and you don't do it, then it's like, damn, I didn't do it. That's more likely to beat yourself over that. Versus you just go in there, have a regular workout. All right, I'm going to work on arms. I'm going to work on my triceps, my pecs, do some abs, and I'm doing a little bit of shoulders. You do that, have no concept of, you know, what workouts you're going to do, but you know the workouts that help you out. You do that, get a nice pump in, and then you're done. And it's like, oh shit, I feel great. I did my shit. No expectations, no pressure, no nothing. So yeah, don't feel like you gotta do the most when it comes to the gym, because the people who feel like they gotta do the most, who are just trying to start out, they'll burn out quickly. You gotta go at your own pace and do what you need to do for yourself.
People were obsessed. Who was this girl? How could she afford all these expensive items? Was she a celebrity's daughter? The mystery only made her more famous. But here's the first red flag that would haunt you. Her entire career, India Love, was built on a lie. While people speculated about her wealth, she was hiding the most disturbing detail about herself.
Yo, how long you been famous?
Since I was like 15.
What did you do?
I'm 29.
What did you do?
I was just taking pictures on Tumblr.
What?
Yeah,
You
I was
was
a
just-
Tumblr girl.
What?
Taking pictures. And then just grew from there.
Just taking pictures?
India Love was only 15 years old when she became internet famous. But here's what makes it truly disturbing. She wasn't just pretending to be older. She was actively engaging in adult behaviors. Photos surfaced of her smoking, drinking, and attending 21-plus nightclub events while still in her freshman year of high school.
I'm not even going to talk shit about her because there's a lot of females who do that who aren't famous. It just so happened that, you know, she's famous and she got, you know, brought up to that. But my thing would be the people who invite her, because they are above the age of consent. And they're willingly inviting a minor to establishments that a minor shouldn't be in. And also, my I wouldn't say outrage, but I think that's not the right word. My thing I would say too is like the parents. I would go after the parents as well, because they're allowing her to do that. And yeah, I don't blame her. I blame the adults in the situation. But like I said, there's a lot of other females who aren't even famous who do the same shit. When I tell you, when I was in middle school, they would talk about a whole bunch of parties and just fucking and shit like that. There was a female and a dude. There was a female who gave a dude head when a basketball game was going on, like right outside the gym. In middle school, I was in 8th grade. So this shit does not surprise me. And it doesn't faze me whatsoever. But my thing is, you, sir, who I'm reacting to, how do you know that she was underage? Why do you know this? Why do you care? That shit happened in the past. Why are you investing this? That's that hate, man. That hate make you do crazy things. Make you worry about the wrong things.
I'm out of town. I get one more round.
She was essentially living a double life, a high school student by day, a socialite by night, all while millions of adult men were obsessing over her photos, not knowing they were sexualizing a minor. The fact that grown men...
Look, I'm sure that most of them knew and they just didn't care. They probably assumed, I feel like most of them knew and they just didn't fucking care. But she got the bad baby treatment. The bad baby treatment.
And were using her photos to catfish others makes this even more disturbing in retrospect.
Is it true that there would be times when you would like leave and go host clubs for like
Yes.
5K on the weekends and then come back?
Yes, I definitely did. 11th grade year, going into 12th grade, and then super in 12th grade year. I definitely was leaving Friday, go to the club Saturday, come back Sunday, or if it was a Sunday hosting. But it was definitely a shocker for me because, like, first of all, I wasn't even, 21 yet, but I was still getting booked for lounges and just different areas, and people really was fucking with it, so.
However, this deception...
And then my thing is, too, like, the parents can't make no type of excuses of, oh, I didn't know. Because they would be able to hear, and they would know around the town if their daughter was being booked, or they was, she was hosting a club. They would hear it from friends, social media, word of mouth. Like, bro, they'd be able to hear it. They'd know.
Perfectly. India Love's photos were getting millions of reblogs. People were creating entire blogs dedicated to her aesthetic.
Behind me is the OG IG baddie bitch. She got an aesthetic that bitches are still trying to chase. This was when I knew Pretty would get you far, because she went from just being an IG baddie to having her own television show.
But the most haunting sign of her influence, hundreds of people were stealing her photos to catfish others. Her face was being used to sell everything from hair extensions to diet pills. Fortunately for India, this chaos was about to become very profitable. As social media evolved, she was perfectly positioned to capitalize on a new phenomenon, Instagram modeling.
You thought I was feeling you? No. That got munch. Either he ate it for lunch. Bitch, on my body, I get what I want. Like, you thought I was feeling you? No, I was feeling you. That got munch. Either he ate it for lunch. Bitch, on my body, I get what I want. Like, bitch, say that, let's keep it a beam. No, they be mad, I'd be on the scene. Ass too can't fit.
Man, what happened to Ice Spice, man?
In 2013, India Love made a strategic move that would
I'm glad she stopped
her
rapping.
career. She transitioned
Shout out to
from
Sauce
Tumblr
Gardner
to
for,
Instagram, bringing her massive following
But I'm
with
glad
her.
she stopped rapping, because that shit was trash.
This is where India Love's story gets interesting. She wasn't just posting selfies, she was getting real modeling contracts, appearing in music videos, and building relationships with celebrities.
Girls wanna play with boys and the boys wanna play with girls and the girls wanna play with
Having finished the photo shoot with this awesome team, Naomi Campbell, Kendall Jenner, Sean Ross.
I know y'all saw that. The two yacht hoppers, the two recruiters. The two yacht recruiters. I know y'all saw that shit.
India Love. Andre Leontali was our creative director.
Nevertheless, there was one relationship that overshadowed everything else: her high school romance with Ron Robinson, a football player who went on to play at UCLA. They became the ultimate relationship goal for teenagers. India Love had successfully branded herself as the perfect girlfriend, beautiful, wealthy, and dating an athlete. But here's where India Love made her first major mistake. She had built her entire brand around being in a relationship, and when that relationship ended, she panicked. The end of India Love's relationship with Ron Robinson wasn't just a typical high school breakup. It was a public catastrophe that revealed her biggest weakness. She had no identity outside of being someone's girlfriend. What started as teenage romance would become the foundation for every destructive pattern in her adult relationships.
Hey yo, chilling with my little bro, man. We in here, man. It's called If I Fuck You and He Fuck You, You.
The relationships began deteriorating in 2014 when Ron started getting serious attention from college recruiters. As he prepared for UCLA, the pressure of maintaining a long-distance relationship while India was still in high school became overwhelming. But the real problem wasn't distance or timing. It was India Love's inability to handle not being the center of attention. When Ron started focusing on his football career, she began posting increasingly provocative photos, seemingly trying to make him jealous or reclaim the spotlight she felt slipping away.
Because I'm listening to this, I'm like, well, sir, how do you know all this? Because you weren't in a relationship. That's why I said some hating shit, because like you're inferring on some shit that you don't even know about. You don't know if she was just posting that to make him jealous. You don't know if their relationship ended because when he started focusing on football, she didn't like that she was losing attention. You don't know that. You're inferring that to confirm your bias that you don't like her. Just okay if you say you don't like her. You're just mad because you can't fuck her. Like what is it?
The more he pulled back to concentrate on his future, the more desperate her attempts became to drag him back into their teenage bubble. The final blow came when Ron was caught flirting with college girls at UCLA parties. Instead of handling it privately like a mature relationship dispute, India Love took to social media, posting cryptic messages and subliminal shots that transformed their personal drama into public entertainment. Every Instagram story became a weapon, every caption a passive-aggressive attack designed to humiliate him into submission. Ron's response was swift and brutal. He completely cut her off. No explanation, no closure, just blocked on all platforms overnight. For someone who had built her entire brand around being relationship goals, this public rejection was devastating in ways that went far beyond typical heartbreak. The consequences rippled through.
And my thing is, even if this shit is true, as a man, why do you know about this shit? Why are you so invested? That's my thing, bro. I don't understand how people can be so like invested in other people's relationships to where they know every single waking moment and every single like the problems that they had and why they broke up and da 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 da. It's like, why do you know this? How do you know this? And what's your purpose behind knowing this?